everyone! How are you? I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm Kate in Fantasylands, and this is the Bookworm Challenge, where I have to read and do absolutely everything in Genshin Impact. And without further ado, let's go straight for the Archon quest. I finished at an at an amazing point yesterday, and I can't wait. I literally just came here to submit my dailies and things like this. I am doing my best with trying to get materials to level up characters for this account, but that is not for today. Today, we really need to know who did it. If anyone did it to begin with. There are so many unknowns in this story that I honestly don't know where to start with. Okay, anyway, let's go. Let's return to the special story mode. I hope that everything can be heard well. And I am ready. Oh my, I knew it. From the moment we saw that picture, I knew that we were going into a murder mystery. It would have been so weird if we didn't. However, the fact that there is something weird going on with the storm, the fact that we don't know what's going on with Mitya and the dream that we had, and on top of that, those two people that were attacked, they were the ones that didn't have much to do with anything in part of the main plot. And on top of that, Chugunov was talking with that mercenary guy. He was not from the Eremites. He was not from a specific group of Eremites. Right before these things occurred, so many things are happening. Can I talk with them?
You seem to be very comfortable taking charge, Major. You took the reins as soon as things went south.
Oh my, hi Goosebumps, I hope you're having a lovely day. And I hope you've already played through this, so it's not a spoiler. Let's go.
I simply made an executive decision that someone needed to take control of the situation on the military's behalf. Does this offend you?
No, quite the opposite. We feel much safer for it. By the way, what does Major mean exactly? Is it a pretty high rank?
We don't really know anything about Rampana either. We just know that she came because she was kind of dreaming for a glamorous future in the theater troupe, but that's about it. Those two are still talking, by the way. Yugunov and the other guy. Oh my, please don't spoil yourself, Goosebumps. The quests, the Archon quests are amazing. I don't want to spoil you. I would love to, chat and look at everything together, but it's not worth it to spoil yourself. Wait. I want to see these two. They are very suspicious.
We don't move in the same circles, so I'm not clued up on Project Stuja and all this political intrigue. Nor does it interest me. Nevertheless, sir, I think your top priority as soon as you get out of here should be to hire a good private bodyguard.
Such as yourself?
Such as myself.
Those two are too chummy for my liking. Way too chummy. And they are the first people who were at the scene. Oh my, Goosebumps, please don't worry. I hope you get better. That is awful, and you should take care of your health first, and games and everything else can come after that. Oh, don't worry, Goosebumps, I'll be fine. Usually people join a bit later and such, so please don't worry about me. Please take care of yourself. Also, I think for more than 100 episodes or so, I streamed mostly to myself, so please don't worry about me. Please take care of yourself. Okay, let's talk with these.
I still find it hard to believe there's a murderer among us. Just last night, I imagined we were like classmates out on a hiking trip.
There's no guarantee that you can trust your classmates, especially not when you're locked up together.
Odette? That's a very scary thing to say, so nonchalantly.
Why did they do this? Was it for money? Even then, they could have just kidnapped the people. They didn't have to die.
I was suspicious of Foolish at the beginning because he was the person who basically invited us in. And also the way he acted around Odette, but now he just seems to be like a huge fan of her. There has been actually a double murder. Yeah, things are going down. We are locked in a storm and we have no idea what's going on. The Archon quests are not what I expected, but really, really enjoyable. Okay. Let's see this.
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity.
Hello, Vodyanica.
Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought someone was eavesdropping.
Since Vodyanica and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot members first.
Yeah, I don't think that sharing with them is bad. I would be very, very surprised if either Alosha or Vodyanica were involved in this incident. It seems really unlikely. I did pull for Odette. I did. It's on stream, one of the previous streams. You can find it at the end. I don't remember which one it was. But I did. I got her on my main account and I'm currently trying to build her. Vodyanica is really pretty. I don't think I'll be pulling for her though. The way they have put the new characters to come out, I'm still not sure what I would do, to be honest. Wait, I wanted to see. Yeah. On number 257, I pulled. For Odette, it was awesome. I got her. I lost 50. I won't tell you. It's a secret, but it was awesome. Okay, you tell Vodyanica and Alosha about Child's intel on Lelek and your views on the current situation. Do we tell them who we suspect Lelek is?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this make me look? Lelek has been right under my nose this whole time, and I didn't notice a thing.
Okay, Ghostbumps, the real spoilers are coming, so this is your final warning. Should you pull for Odette too? As far as I know, Odette is very good for Sandrone, but I am definitely not the kind of player who follows meta, so you should ask people who know better. Your teams are well built. T0, Buffer, Chichi, Shilonen. Those are not bad now at all. Oh my, hi Sivam. I hope you're having a lovely day. Or night. Either way, Sivam. Nice to see you. I don't know, Ghostbumps. You should definitely ask other people who are more knowledgeable than me. I pull for the characters that I like the most.
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems to make. It all adds up. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4...
What are you counting?
Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelek.
Oh, a rose. Oh my, hi Vance. I hope you're having a lovely day. And yes, Ghost Bumps, please don't spoil yourself. See you another time. Yeah. I have not started the world quests at all. I am still doing the Archon quests, Vance, and then I have to do the event and so many things. It's a very full patch. Many things to do. Good luck, Sivan, for pulling Odette.
It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone be Lelek. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed to Project Stuja?
Will we tell them everything about her past? At this point we should, right? Odette is competing with Traveler and Rhine-Daughter for titles. Yeah, I can see that.
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here?
Yes, she doesn't seem like the type to kill innocent people. That's what I've been thinking ever since yesterday. There is no way it was Odette.
Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how much she's willing to tell us.
There is actually a fair chance that Odette would want to confide in the Traveler, considering what they went through together until now. Even taking into consideration anything with Signora, because we still don't know why those two had a falling out specifically with Signora. Oh my, congrats on winning 50-50 for Odette. I still haven't decided for Vesna actually. I'm thinking about her as well. Evil playable character at some point. It would be cool, Sivam. It will be.
Now's our chance. Odette's alone. Let's go. Hey, Odette! What is it, you guys? Shh! Keep your voice down. We need to talk. So, you're Lelek, aren't you?
Nobody. I literally just took a sip of water right when she said this. That's way too straightforward. She's going to admit it, isn't she?
Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just hear me out first. None of us believes you kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those two people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but she kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelek is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot.
I don't even know what kind of thoughts would be crossing her mind at this point in time.
We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to cover for you.
Alright.
She is going to admit it.
Yes, I'm Lelek. And no, I'm not the murderer.
I knew it. I knew that she couldn't be the murderer. If anything else, this was sure.
And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Interesting. Why? I'm really suspicious of this Chugunov guy. I wonder if he found out who Lelek really was, and now is trying to blame Lelek for everything that has happened. I don't think she should tell the other people.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelek? Here? That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chugunov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Really? I feel like this is a huge trap for her.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion? Given the circumstances... Mr. Valeri!
What? Off she goes.
What?
Valeri gets everyone to reconvene. Odette gets straight to the point and announces that she is Lelek.
So... Odette is Lelek?
That's the calmest kind of response to all of this possible.
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please.
I don't think it works like this, Odette. You are part of the Fatui. And now they will keep a closer look on you, wouldn't they?
I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelek. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
She's so scary. I love it so much.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelek. Aren't you going to do something about this?
Yeah, but what are they going to... What are they going to... pin on her? She has just put letters on people's bedsides. I have not been spoiled for this quest. I have not. I've done a lot of things to stay away from spoilers, and it's all worth it, don't worry.
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelek. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Okay, so she also realizes that this is probably some kind of trap for Lelek. But this is her solution to it. By just saying it is her and... I didn't do it, basically. Trust me. Okay.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends far beyond the art of dance.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in everything?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelek and all related incidents aside until further notice. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette?
The group? I don't consider her the prime suspect. Right now, to me, Chugunov and that Shram guy are very suspicious. And also, there is the whole other part of the quest where there was the mysterious dream and the storm itself, with Mitya being in the center of all of this. She's not even part of the top 3 suspects for me.
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Valerie can't really do anything about it anyways, if she's going to be a harbinger. You think the Traveler is going to become the harbinger? That will be very interesting to see. Oh my goosebumps, you're going to spoil yourself so much, but welcome back. I can't wait, I'm so sorry.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lelik. We'll settle the score then.
Chugunov guy.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits, so now I've been told I have to guard Lelek with him.
Oh, which of the exploits? Wait, there's so many exploits, I don't even know what Valeri is talking about.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
We do look like that. I have to admit it. She looks like a fair lady with 2 very respectable guards, but the moment you defeat them, she just turns out to be even more dangerous than them. I have no idea about that, Goosebumps.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe.
Hi, Daniel. I hope you're having a lovely day.
But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave?
Tonya is another character for which I haven't actually thought much. Mostly because she's Child's, sister, and I never thought of suspicious to begin with. But the fact that she wanted to be part of something exactly like this, and the fact that there is something, supernatural going on, could be something.
You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theaters, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special backstage pass.
Oh my, that's so nice, Daniel. But you should just take it easy and, prioritize yourself first.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my fan.
I feel like Vodyanitsa is trying to make sure that she has more fans than Odette.
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey, mind your own business.
I really like her voice. I just watched her drip marketing as well. She looks very pretty. I don't think I'll be pulling for her, but she looks awesome.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
That was a very weird statement to make.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Excuse me?
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Wait, he can understand her actual singing? What it actually means?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expressions.
I'm telling you, this Shram guy, there is something going on about him.
The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad.
And what I just read from her drip marketing is that she's basically one of the only water imps that were left in Snezhnaya. A long time ago, you could hear their songs everywhere, but now it's only Vodyanitsa practically.
And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I'd better watch what I'm singing when I'm around you from now on.
There are way too many suspicious things about him at this point. Him threatening, people, then talking with Chugunov, now this? He's connected to too many things.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
According to the lore, the water imps here are rather peckish, right? Impish.
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stayed together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but two of us must be awake at any given time.
Fine by me. Wait, let me think about this for a second. Interesting, what would happen if I choose the second one?
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the Night Watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either.
Excuse me? First of all, nothing happened by me choosing the second option. They don't trust me?
I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight.
She does have a lot of work with all her titles to keep up with.
I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
Off she goes. As night falls, you and Valeri take the first watch together. Everyone is sleeping on the stage, making for a scene right out of absurdist theater. Eventually, the time comes for the first shift change.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring?
Not sleepy. You get some sleep. I'll go after you. I can see Mitya sleeping there. Wait, is that Shram? On the other bed? This should be Odette, right?
Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap. If you start to feel sleepy, wake me up anytime.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up.
If they don't trust both me and Odette, why are we the one
I
on
came
watch?
here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she wakes up.
And she woke up.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me?
You're awake? But I didn't even wake you yet.
Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
You too?
I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we?
Okay.
I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any last words or anything?
Okay, to be honest, I have defeated her quite a few times and I know what she says at the end, but not that I remember. It all happened so fast.
I see. Well, that was all. I have no other questions.
Do you miss her?
No.
Not at all?
She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her.
I heard a little about that from Sandrone.
Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms.
Still, she didn't know the full details.
Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me, though.
Yeah, they definitely could have thought of a better way of surveillance. I agree, Sivam.
When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling. And it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations. To be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost of survival.
That is... That's past. It's just... I am not surprised at all that she became Lelek. After all of this?
Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life. Don't you think?
You really paid an enormous price.
So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate.
Is similar to Skirk but toned down. Well, yeah, Rosalind didn't think that limbs are not so essential, I guess.
It was my way of telling her. The Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother."
Would that be the exact dance that she was practicing for right now? The one that was passed through generations?
She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment, and then left.
Well, to be honest, Signora didn't really start with, wanting to be a Fatui, wanting to be really strong and so on and so on. She had a lover, right? She had a whole other life that was taken away from her. So maybe she saw that Odette could have something similar and accepted it, or saw herself in young Odette.
After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once.
She was a very proud person.
She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face.
That was what she gave to Paimon, wasn't it? So this was a gift from her?
Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes, but also her way of keeping an eye on people.
And she gave that to Paimon? Oh my, hi Phantom, I hope you're having a lovely day. I should have known. Oh my, I've been so excited about everything here. I realize I haven't noticed so many things from the trailers and even within the story. Just like Signora, that is a flame encased in ice. It's very, very cool.
She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval feel suffocating. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles.
I've never forgotten that when we watched that video with the funeral of Signora, there was just that one crystal fly going on about. Almost like Signora is not truly gone.
But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clearly. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared, so I said some really awful things. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end.
Wait, but Androne told me you two had settled things.
Mm-hmm. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event?
She said that Arlecchino gave Rosalind some advice, and that Rosalind went to see you.
No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left.
Why would Sandrone lie to us? Or somebody lied to her? What's going on?
Wait, in that case...
I think you should go and see the knave.
Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know.
How complicated is this thing?
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelek, you might know something about all this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle.
It had to be. Why else would they need so much energy, so much power? The question is not whether they want to create a weapon, the question is what the weapon is, so that...
The weapon's construction was completed in Nocturne.
What?
Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy.
So that's what they were doing at the Experimental Design Bureau? So this is the purpose of the energy experiments? The Experimental Design Bureau is literally built on a piece of the moon, isn't it? And the moons themselves are weapons.
Yes. The weapons development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester, and the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person.
Oh, I will. I will go there, Odette.
Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit.
Are you sure? Let's not forget that you're also a Fatus.
And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return. It's that simple.
I don't think they will let us in that simple, but... He wasn't sleeping at all, was he?
Huh? What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
And you heard everything, didn't you? You made me jump. Stay calm, just act normal.
I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah, they were researching Kuvaki there, Sivam, but they've been researching energy sources throughout Teyvat. They researched the jellyfish there, they researched the phlogiston, especially from the saurians that they were trying to extract it, and so many more examples throughout Teyvat. They've been doing this for a long time.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized. Why? Is something wrong?
No, nothing. Nothing.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us, right?
I bet he had.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition.
Aren't you worried that you've been here already 2 nights? And that storm has not abated? And nobody has come all the way here? It's getting really suspicious.
I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days.
Even Paimon would have completely worried by now.
Huh. Why do I feel like I'm being watched?
Oh really, Sivam? I actually really love Lumin's voice in English. It's one of my favorites. And I am definitely watched.
Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I thought she was asleep.
She's watching me. Well, the trap.
Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Another dream?
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
Are they going to be the next victims? Where are we? I don't know where this is, and yet it feels strangely familiar. So the traveler doesn't remember this part?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing above our heads. What was it called again?
Wait. In the previous dream, it was a mist coming from below, wasn't it? Interesting. Almost like the abyss surging from below, and now a celestial neo coming from above?
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
Whatever it's called, ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk, we never get any closer.
The person who named it, are they talking about Mitya?
Well, we've come this far. You never know. Maybe we're almost there? Come on, enough moping. Let's go. The black mist is catching up.
There is still black mist. I still don't understand why they call it black. Okay. I want to jump this time in it. The first time was just an experiment. But now I know it's bad. For real.
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Oh my. I still haven't actually checked how Cryo Traveler works.
In case!
Oh my, this guy can fight. Actually, both of them, interesting.
Storm!
Let's go up. The atmosphere here is amazing, though. Thank you, Sivam. I will try to do that.
Here they come again! Get ready!
Oh, can I? I'm sorry, my dude. It's just easier for me to defeat you like this. There we go. If you can't defeat them, just throw them over. I love this tower so much, though. It looks awesome.
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist behind us. It feels like there's no escape.
Oh, one of the bunnies. So sorry.
Cryostorm!
Jean's way of baiting enemies, yeah.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No, I'm fine. It's just... suddenly I don't want to walk any further.
That's pretty much what happened to the other ones in the previous dream.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometimes it feels like there's hope where there shouldn't be.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real at all. It may just be a collective illusion. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
Are you really going to give up like this? I actually feel like we're slowly getting closer to it.
We know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you?
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. Please don't give me any more false hope. Hope is poison in this place.
They won't be surviving this night.
You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but I wish you the best. May there come a day that you catch up to the star and leave this godforsaken place.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
We really just leave them again? The Traveler doesn't remember actually the previous dream. So she doesn't know at this moment that she's basically dooming them. Odette?
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here.
What do you mean Odette is on the top? And with this thing from Signora? I actually made it. But how did she get here? The closer I get to this star, the more familiar it looks.
I'm the star's envoy.
Odette, you already got like 3 titles, I think. Do you really need a new one?
The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your 2 companions.
Isn't that practically what Mithya said before? After those other 2 were swallowed, he was like, now we are safe for a moment?
This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue.
Continue? Aren't we going to leave?
What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. It's the waypoint for the beginning. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way.
After everything I went through to get here? This is just the start? And that's not only her dialogue, this is me being incredulous right now.
Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
What do we get? They're gone. Both of them, the same as before.
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice? What happened?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
A drama about sleeping, which began as a joke the other day, is now playing out on the stage. No one counted on it being a tragedy. Everyone is scattered around the two sleepers in the center of the stage. Without even inspecting the scene, you already know what has happened, as if someone had told you in advance. Deceased during the night. I've read this part. I read everyone's descriptions. Oh, when I got the photo, this is the only new thing. Foolish, deceased during the night. I don't know at this point about that. Is something trying to take her form? To throw me off? Rampana, deceased during the night.
The situation is identical to that of the two casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else. So I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable.
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
No incidents during my watch either. I have no reason to suspect Valerie or Odette either. Odette was looking at the Traveler right when the Traveler was going to sleep. Why is Tonya here? I'm not asking like in terms of, why did she come here? I understand the reason why she's here, but why is this quest concerned with Tonya? Tonya, who has some kind of illness. And why do we get that strange animation like water every time we sleep? And why does Shram have so much knowledge about water imps? Oh my, I honestly don't know where to look anymore.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target, so I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly slept at all. If anything had happened, I'm sure I would have noticed. Then, what could possibly be causing this? Once was bad enough. I can't believe it happened again.
According to what it said in Vodyanitsa's drip marketing here on YouTube, it was saying that long ago you could hear the water imps' voices pretty much throughout Snizhnograd, and then they all left, except, Vodyanitsa.
I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on this stage of all places... Vodyanitsa...
4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible, and above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor from the start. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Okay, this now doesn't make any sense for me, for Chugunov to say. You know, the previous two victims were rich people, so maybe they were connected with Project Stuja in some way. However, now these two were just workers at the troop. Why would Lelek ever want to harm them in any way?
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelek's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How dare you!
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelek as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelek might have had a motive then.
I think Vodinitz is going to say exactly the same thing I said.
But today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess. Just to scare you?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not many, I'd wager. Lelek is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on night watch?
Did she say anything to him?
Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes, then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you.
Valerie is done with this guy, finally.
Don't you dare!
Anya?
Sir, but you were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Then we woke up in the morning and he's... Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about.
I really love Tanya already.
He's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
Quite.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
Yeah, but they were technically doing that, Sivam, right? They were making sure that Odette is looked after. Maybe they could have been a bit more cautious with her, but even after the dream, I just don't see it. Why would Odette do any of this to begin with?
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind.
And you can't really even draw like a connection between what was happening outside to these incidents, right?
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Yeah, that was my other line of thought, with the dream and the unnatural storm. A storm that may well be connected to what happened to the traveler in the very beginning.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist? That doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you is supposed to make.
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind shifting my curiosity toward the paranormal instead.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place being haunted.
Haunted? Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years. Surely we would have noticed any spooky goings-on by now.
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Oh my, it's actually so weird not to have Paimon for such a long quest. You definitely start to notice her absence. She would have talked so much about so many things.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different.
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully. I'll move the bodies into the same room for now.
I knew it. I just want to say that I called it. When I saw this picture, I knew this is where this is going. Okay, where do we go? They've gathered so many things to sleep on the stage, but I'm telling you, this is probably the coldest room out there.
I need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needed hiding. After all these years, there must be some things even I've forgotten about.
Is something worth hiding? I don't think there is anything in. We actually see the bodies. Tonya.
Tonya? Did you find anything?
Paimon definitely would have reduced the seriousness. I agree with that statement.
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we supposed to be looking for something paranormal? I think I'd prefer teaming up with you than looking around on my own.
This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall we read it together?
Somebody's notebook? I mean, we don't even know whose it is.
Well, it doesn't look scary or anything. So I guess it should be fine. Alright, let's read it together.
A letter in a diary. He once told me I would understand someday, but even now, I still don't. I don't believe anyone should be forced to abandon their homeland because of a change in power. She never considered the feelings of us, Water Imp Nobos. It has to be connected with the Water Imps. That animation when we enter the dream is exactly like a drop of water, like the ripples. It has to be connected. Every inch of this land reflects memories of my childhood. If I close my eyes, I can still hear everyone's songs echoing everywhere. I will not forgive those who drove us away. And I miss you very much, Mother. I often find myself missing that dress with the tassels, the heavy bed curtains, and the first rays of sunlight that would stream into the manor each morning. But it's all right now. If I narrow my eyes just a little, the light seeping through a crack backstage feels just like the one in our manor. I know that life is gone forever, and I can miss it all I want. But I also feel that what I have here now is no less than what I lost. The fantastical sets designed by the prop master, the many fans who come all this way just to see me, and the quiet dancing girl who doesn't talk much. These are all mine. I won't lose any of it again. Never. Absolutely never. This is Vodyanitsa's diary, isn't it? Or at least her letter? I've joined a rather remarkable organization. I can't tell you its name. Whatever that great figure intends to do this time, there should always be someone looking out for the misfortunes of ordinary people. That's what our organization exists for. Even now, I still don't understand her. Why is it that those in power always seem this way? They clearly have the ability to bring greater happiness. Some say she has her own difficulties. But what could possibly trouble someone so seemingly omnipotent? Never mind. I should just focus on what I can do. I suppose you all hear about our organization sooner or later. Its name is... never mind. I'll leave the mystery for now. This definitely has to do with the rock god.
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing, surely.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident.
Since it's an accident, it should be fine. Now I feel a little guilty too. How was it an accident? We went there, we said, this is somebody's notebook and let's read it. It was not an accident.
It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right? I don't understand. Why put this stuff in a notebook instead of mailing it in a letter?
Because they're probably gone. Aren't they? Oh my, hi Sylvie, I hope you're having a lovely day.
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the postman can't get to.
Oh, hi Vodyanitsa, I can explain. I can't. Oh my. Okay, Sivam, good night. Thank you for joining and chatting with me and everything. See you another time. Vodyanitsa is definitely an interesting character. I can see that. Definitely.
We're sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's scouring the place for clues.
I don't know, Vodyanitsa. This was definitely our fault.
Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room. How did I forget about this? Oh no, not this page. Oh god, and this one. Oh my. Why am I so embarrassing?
I feel so bad. I had no choice what to do, but the traveler was basically, look at this notebook, let's open it. Oh no, it was an accident. I'm really sorry, Vodyanitsa. She definitely wouldn't have wanted to share all these. I don't think it's embarrassing, more like really, really personal. Vodyanitsa is animated very well. Definitely, Sylvie. I feel so bad for her. Let's talk with her. Wait, this is not the correct place. It was this one. Nope, she has locked it completely. Understandable. Completely understandable. Oh, these flowers are very beautiful.
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
Are we just going through all the notebooks we can find?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Coolish was the main person to use it.
Interesting.
He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on.
I saw Coolish at the entrance before coming in. I think he was holding this book at the time.
Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show. So, you find anything unusual?
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's recorded in the logbook. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
What?
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something?
Unlikely. Coolish took his duties very seriously. I've rarely seen any errors in his work.
There is a whole other person here? I never even considered this. Oh my Sylvie, they have definitely improved with the animations in general, yeah. The quest is super interesting. This was not what I expected from Snezhnaya, but I'm loving it. And I rack my brain to try to guess what's going to happen.
Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual. Everything would have been well within his control.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry. I assume there's no way we can check them again.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect the tickets at the point of entry.
Too bad Coolish is dead. If he were still around, we could just ask him.
Still, I'm inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the head count is significant somehow.
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
Very interesting.
Did an extra person...
Interesting thing. I never thought that it could be something completely unrelated with both the people here and the dream, but no, it has to be connected in some way. Where am I supposed to go? Ah, open your quests. Okay. No, that was the wrong button. I have to change this button. Okay, just give me 1 second. Affected by the stellar glimmer reaction. In Snezhnaya, many opponents can be affected by the stellar glimmer reaction, which can cause them to lose the ability to use certain skills. Make use the stellar glimmer reaction to create an advantage for you on the field. Thank you very much. I wanted to press this. Okay. What do they want me to do? I've already read these things. Losha. Winter's mysterious silence at the Korolevsky Theater, Snezhnaya. Investigate the available clues in the theater. Open your quest screen or inventory to examine the picture for possible intel. Successive deaths occur within the theater, but there seems to be no clues as to the perpetrator. You gradually realize that this may not be some ordinary occurrence. No, I had to read only one, but it's still very annoying. I've already read all of these things. Shram is extremely suspicious for so many reasons. I was supposed to come down here. Okay. Alosha.
Traveler. Since you're here, come take a look at this.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be an investigation report. And the focus of the investigation was the rumors of haunting we heard about earlier.
Oh. Okay, let's go. Investigation report into supernatural sightings at the Opera House. This commission is clearly not as simple as previous cases involving only folklore studies. It appears to be connected to something far more mysterious. An extinct civilization? The creations of ancient gods? Or powers from beyond this world? The possibilities leave ample room for speculation. From now on, we should take this as a lesson. A simple surface does not imply that what lies beneath shares the same level of existence or nature. So things did happen here before. Interesting. Ley lines themselves possess a powerful ability to either devour or guide souls. In most cases, once the soul and body of the deceased are separated, the soul is drawn directly into the ley lines, leaving no room for lingering existence. However, evidence shows that the connection between the theater area and the ley lines has been obstructed, though only partially, not completely severed. Still, this has granted certain souls unwilling to return to the ley lines an opportunity. If their resistance is strong enough, they may even linger within the theater indefinitely. In theory, however, these souls within the theater are incapable of influencing the physical world. Only under extremely rare circumstances can they produce phenomena observable to the human eye. Overall, they can be considered harmless. This assessment may be conveyed in advance to the theater's management to reassure them. Interesting. So there is a problem with the ley lines here that only becomes a problem with souls in extreme situations. Like this storm that they're experiencing here right now, right? What if Shram's friend, that is supposedly a water imp, is just a ghost? And that's how he knows that person? Even though there are supposedly no water imps left around here, outside of Vodyanica? But for me, the investigation does not end here. Uncovering the reason why the ley lines have been obstructed is the true focus of this inquiry. After consulting multiple sources, the most reliable hypothesis at present appears to be the existence of an angel civilization and its preliminary attempts at ley line renovation. There is too little information available here. I must return home as soon as possible. What? So they're connecting this again? Both to the angels, probably to Hyperborea as well? Okay, what does Mitya say about this?
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. Huh. This person's name looks to be of Sumeru origin to me. Was the investigator from Sumeru?
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue. But it doesn't look like anyone ever looked at the report.
Isn't Shram at least technically from Sumeru? He said he was a mercenary, or the description said that he was a mercenary from an unknown group. What if he is the soul in some way that has always been here and now got activated because of the storm?
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chance this is the key to finally making some progress with the murder cases?
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it certainly offers an explanation for the ghosts, it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder cases.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization, ley line renovation? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely outside of my wheelhouse. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet.
Let's see. Death is near? I mean... Okay. I just got goosebumps. It's pretty ominous no matter how you look at it. Think about it. A researcher from Sumero who came here, his report ended up being left in the theater, and he knew that death is near. He might be one of the ghosts that now haunt this place.
How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here? With us, in the theater?
I just remembered that Ronova was in that trailer for Dispatch. Okay, one thing at a time.
But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict the future somehow?
Maybe things are more complicated than we thought.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, they completely contradict one another. The report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the note seems to be warning of potential danger.
But the report said that in some circumstances this could change. And we do have exceptional circumstances right now.
The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death?
It's simply describing our situation. Is it referring to the victims? Or could it refer to the perpetrator?
The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions. Let's pause our analysis here for now. I think we need more information.
We definitely need more information, but things are so complicated at this point.
If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I was just about to say that we need something that connects all these things. Chugunov and the water imps and that dream and the storm and the victims, everything.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so let's go with your idea for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. Let's get the others.
Okay, let's see what Mitya has thought of.
So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being exposed. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in with the group, and waited for an opportunity to strike.
I am suspicious of Shram. We know that Tonya, for example, had a ticket because we received the tickets to go with her from child. I don't think that Mitya or Valeri would use these kinds of tactics, and Vodyanica Odette, they don't need a ticket to begin with. Which basically leaves Chugunov and Shram at this point, right?
What about the note found in the investigation report? Any thoughts on how that fits in?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers. They love playing cryptic mind games.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all.
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all our problems will be solved? Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately, yes? There's no way I'm the one who didn't have a ticket.
I mean, Chugunov is also extremely suspicious, but I also don't think he's smart enough to orchestrate all of this, to be honest.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling around on the floor at the entrance.
I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked?
Hmm?
Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Yeah, I think that would have been way too easy for Vodyanica.
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
Most likely extra person who entered without ticket is... It's not Alosha. I think it's Shram. Me, the fourth descender. I think Alosha is the only one that makes sense to me. No, not Alosha. Shram. Confirm selection.
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify Shram's identity... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem that suspicious?
Yes. The things you explained to Chugunov? The fact that you were there when Chugunov found the first bodies? The whole thing with the water imps?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
That is also true.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I never dream of doing something like sneaking to the theater without a ticket.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so no one can say for sure that you are who you claim to be. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that water imp, which is why you understand our primary mode of expression. Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me a little bit more about your friend? There's a good chance I actually know her.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get to know you a little better.
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. I'll admit it. That water imp friend of mine, the truth is, we're dating.
Is she real? I'm really... If I have If I had narrowed so much on Shram and it turns out that he's completely innocent, I'll feel really bad for him. It's just so many suspicious things that are happening around him.
I was just the bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd get so lucky.
And yet everything that I think right now is that this story is also very suspicious.
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is. These are delicate times, even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Is there some taboo against humans and, Fae intertwining?
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking about?
He's a ghost. Maybe there was such a problem in the past? He's definitely a ghost trapped here. She doesn't exist anymore. He is just a ghost that can't enter the ley lines.
Why is everyone looking at me like that? Surely you can understand where I'm coming from.
Delicate times? Factions?
Okay. I was not so wrong. I would have been flabbergasted if I had been wrong about Shram completely.
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae and the humans were still at each other's throats.
He doesn't even know that he's just a ghost.
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnayan history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
I'm so sorry, Shram.
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
I think so. The clue Shram's true identity is. According to the theater's duty log, there seems to have been an extra person at the scene. A letter Vodinitsa wrote to her family but never sent. A clue that has yet to surface. Investigation report into the alleged theater haunting.
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even wander this place forever.
Exactly.
Mr. Shram's statement proves he's from hundreds of years ago. And according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul wandering the theater.
I love this so much. A soul wandering the theater. The killer who hid in the theater ahead of time. Just an ordinary ticket dodger. I personally, the true nature of the extra person is a soul wandering the theater.
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line issues has joined our group and blended in. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present.
Death is near. In this case, death most likely refers to one of the recent victims. Someone who died long ago. Murder or Lelek. I'm not sure. Someone who died long ago, it refers to him?
The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased. Mr. Shram, for instance. Death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst. That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Shrem must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra person.
But how does this all connect to the murders that are happening right now?
So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased, people who died a long time ago.
Someone who died a long time ago.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless.
Unless there are certain circumstances.
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves? The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked in.
Why are they making the ley lines sound almost like the abyss?
Huh. Why does this analogy sound so familiar?
And we also saw something similar just now with Sandrone in the previous patch. With all those souls that were separated and then combined in some monstrosity.
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake, or intentionally taking other souls to compensate?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines, it does make some sense.
That is such a brutal death, by the way. Those poor people.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of. Does that mean it's true?
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the circumstances.
All right, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual even after several days interacting with us.
I don't know. The way memories work here is so complicated. I would totally believe that he didn't notice anything.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply what's natural for them.
Unless you tell them about it.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think... it's all coming back to me. I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death, so I forced myself to forget.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out. Performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity.
Oh my, I knew that a lot of things had gone down, with the conflict between Fae and humans from Flince's story. But even he didn't... Flince lies a lot and he hides a lot of things. He didn't reveal just how bad things had become.
But I was going to do whatever it took to buy her a chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as her bodyguard. And out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... Even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. How could I be dead? I'm sorry, everyone. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you see fit.
But, Mr. Shrim...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I've been wandering the theater for centuries, right?
The only way to get out is to let him go back to the ley lines so they're satisfied. Like in the dream.
I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place and take all this death with me. Go out on my own terms.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or another, this has to end. Unless you're saying this goes against another one of your military principles somehow.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Wateramp. My lover. Her name was Litia. Litia Ozarova. Do you know what happened to her?
She...
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids, too.
She lived? Managed to save her?
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. That's... good. I could hardly expect her to stay single just because of what happened to me, right? As long as she went on to be happy, that's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul has been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now, I can go without regret.
I guess I should have expected all of this from the nation where the Archon is the Archon of love, shouldn't I?
There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Shrim was already dead, but... I still feel so sad.
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people had their lives turned upside down. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
Interesting. Oh my, they're giving me so much information when I am still processing everything that happened to Shram. I knew that the Tsaritsa, favored the humans and tried to replace a lot of the Fae that were in Snezhnaya. But why does she want to suppress the humans at the same time?
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other at herself instead.
Interesting.
That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since. Things have been fairly harmonious for the past few centuries.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up to be hated in exchange for peace.
The Tsaritsa definitely has a really strange planning.
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are very few who truly do.
All this time, I had no idea.
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.
Are we still under the storm's effects? Or is it stopping?
If only this blasted storm wasn't still raging on.
It's progressive. Oh my... This is going to start a whole new, very long part, isn't it? Return to your room to rest for now. Wait, let's talk with them.
Even though Shram was already deceased, his decision to walk into the snowstorm was still a sacrifice, and a very brave one.
This is one of the few times I don't feel at all happy to have my theory proven true.
The plot thickens. We resolved supposedly what was going on with the killings, but are we going to have the same dream when we return to rest? Why is the storm still raging?
Well, at least it seems like Mr. Shram stayed optimistic until the end.
The information he revealed, it's given me a lot to think about.
What we learned about the past is also incredibly interesting. I really want to see. You're not too far? Okay, then maybe I will try to do it.
At least the lingering regret that kept him here has been put to rest. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, theoretically he should be at peace now.
I was actually planning on hiring him as my bodyguard after we got out of here, you know. Oh, poor guy.
Okay, let's see how it ends. I really hope it's not that long because I don't want to have to hurry. I really want to enjoy this quest and every quest. But let's see. I thought I could just jump from there. Okay, let's go rest.
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm stops.
Oh my, thank you, Sylvie, for telling me the time. I think it will be fine then for today. I'll have to stay just a bit longer than usual. Okay, let's go.
I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. To think he was dead this whole time. What a strange turn of events.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock.
We still don't know why we had the dream. Or why we saw Mitia and Odette in them.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to knock.
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelik.
Sure, whatever makes you happy. Please come in, Miss Odette.
Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there something I can help with?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start.
We suspected.
But when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself, right?
That's what you wanted to talk about? You just came here to thank me?
Yes. I'm extremely grateful for that.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Signora against me, so I should thank you for that as well.
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you helped conceal my identity.
Interesting.
So I thought I'd come and ask you for advice.
I am honored. What's the situation?
It's about Mitya.
Okay.
Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead.
What? What do you mean he was dead? We even went to the restaurant with him. He paid for us.
As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitya, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him to back out. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk exposing my identity. So I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, the threat would be much more effective.
You were waiting for this point? I can understand why. What? That must be basically the most classified place in Snezhnaya. If you manage to infiltrate it, you really do have what it takes to be a harbinger.
Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But I am a Fatus, so I already had some familiarity with the building's layout. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead.
How did you know? Are you sure he wasn't just dozing off or something?
I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I'm certain of that. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen a much more brutal method. So I made myself scarce.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
I don't understand this.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock.
So that's why the performance was so short and Odette looked so weird.
To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening and things got so complicated that it wasn't really at the front of my mind. That is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us. Then, I couldn't ignore it any longer.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelik.
Exactly. I thought there could be something I was missing. Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost. And we knew there was only one extra person. So we thought he had to be the one.
But now it seems like there's another candidate. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mitya would have just introduced more confusion.
So, what do you think we should do?
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found Mitya dead?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
So long before we met him in the restaurant with Vodyanitsa.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa, trying to avoid Valeri.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh. Well, all I can say is I know what I saw.
It's not like I don't trust Odette, but it just doesn't make sense.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us was because of the problem with the theater's ley lines.
Yeah.
But Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley line issue affecting the theater shouldn't reach that far.
Mitya's design is so connected with alchemy. What if he's not really a person, but an artificial being? And that's why he could look dead?
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the person we were searching for.
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the Armory Palace. Unless...
Unless?
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
How?
You're right. Do you think we need to disclose this to the others?
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet?
Speaking of the devil...
Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
Can you eat, Mitya? I just want to confirm something. It is so weird. How deep does this go? Outside, the snowstorm continues to rage.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in Snezhnaya?
And something that they didn't let me read. The storm is also still very suspicious.
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left to vanquish that beast herself. We just need to wait for her triumphant return.
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die? I'm wondering about Shram. Oh, maybe we should have given him a coat before he went out there.
Chugunov is becoming very strangely concerned about others.
Death itself is cold, isn't it? I'm sure the storm will embrace him.
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him, I think. It's not like we can blame him for Rampana and Kulish's deaths. Thinking back on it, we barely made it out alive ourselves. Once we get out of here, how are we going to explain what happened to their families?
That would be very difficult.
Are you okay? Here, take this. I've never used it.
He's changing.
Thanks. Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tonya stood up for you this morning? At least you know how to return a favor.
She also had some very choice words for him as well.
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how badly he would have been hurt.
I told you already, I never intended to resort to violence.
Duh, bunch of rascals. Little girl? I was rather surprised when you spoke up for me this morning. I didn't think I had many admirers here, so, thank you.
Oh, no need to thank me. I said some bad stuff about you too.
I've been, too embarrassed to admit it, but, you remind me a lot of my daughter.
That's why he has suddenly this soft heart.
So kind to everyone, but never lets her old man off the hook. Unless my wife and I are having a fight, then she's always on my side.
I'm sorry, because I'm running a bit late. Just give me like 2 minutes and I'll return and finish this. Be right back. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I think everything is working correctly. Let's go.
Especially when she was little. Every time I took her out. All right, easy now. How long have you had that cough, Tonya?
I don't know. It's probably been a while. I'm fine.
Tonya's mystery illness is another thing that is probably going to be connected to a lot of things later on.
Are you taking anything for it?
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick some frost fairy flower leaves and brew a tonic for me. I'll feel much better once I drink that.
Interesting. I still haven't read the lore behind these things, but the frost fairy flowers are the things we use for Odette's leveling up, and they're also the flower we see in the trailer with the Tsaritsa and the child.
I see. That's good to hear then.
He's lying. There is something going on with this illness.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. Now that the deceased has left our midst, there shouldn't be any more incidents.
And yet there it is, Mitya.
However, out of an abundance of caution, I'll keep watch.
Shouldn't we take shifts? I can take one if needed.
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now. After all the tension of the past few days, everyone else should just focus on getting a good night's sleep.
Or we shouldn't sleep at all.
What a long day. This whole situation turned out to be way more complicated than I expected.
Aren't they more worried that they have been locked in here for like 3 days already?
But Valeri's right. I should just try to calm down and get some rest. The last thing I want is to give myself nightmares.
Let's go to the nightmare.
She's awake. She's awake! Get over here, you big lug, and take a look!
Chugunov?
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to go.
What? Where are we? Black Mist? Haven't I heard that before? Now Valeri is here. And each one that we saw, Valeri, Odette, and Mitya, they had some kind of title like Mr. Door.
Are you all right? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters on our way up. That Mr. Door fellow protected us. He just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker, but when it comes to taking down monsters, that man doesn't hold back.
It's still the same
Curses!
as before.
The Black Mist is catching up to us. We need to keep going. Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me. I'm just Mr. Door. I have to find the door that belongs to me.
Oh, well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
Was this thing been here before? This was not here before, was it?
Mr. Door! Monsters! Quick, get rid of them!
I can just push these ones off.
Oh my, I wanted to push him over, but he almost pushed me over. Where is Valeri? I thought he was going to help me. Oh no, oh my...
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Retry from the Door of Resurrection. Remaining revives? What's all of this? Okay, let's fight this.
In case!
Oh my, this is how I was supposed to fight. Ooh, he's using like a shield. That's so awesome. I still haven't decided who to pull for in the later patches of Snezhnaya.
So we're doing this the hard way.
Oh, remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same.
Chugunov is so much like hopeful than the other ones we fought with alongside here.
Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
In case!
Oh no, oh no. Okay.
I'm so exhausted. And the black mist is still rising. Oh.
Or is he losing his hope as well?
Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? No, no! They're gaining on us! Quick, keep going, or they'll be at our heels any second!
Let's go.
Mr. Door, what are you doing? We need to get out of here. They're coming!
Found it.
Wait, he found his door?
This is my door.
Is that really a door?
What? You mean you're going to stay here?
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
So he meant a door for closing, not for opening? There is no way that Valeri is going to die here. Come on.
No! You saved us. We can't leave you behind.
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste.
And yet in the dream, they were talking in the last dream that there was a person who named that star, and he was no longer with them. And I thought that that would have been Mitya.
But... Oh, you're right. Let's go. We can't let Mr. Door's sacrifice be in vain. The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door are gone.
There is no way that we wake up and Valeri is gone.
I didn't just imagine all that, did I? Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinated a door as a human being?
No. I remember Mr. Door too.
Oh, okay, good. There's no way we both hallucinated the same thing. Getting sleepy? Well, looks like we're safe for now. Go ahead. Let's get some rest.
Let's go find Valeri. Oh my...
What time is it? Is it morning? I think I had a nightmare. Oh, I guess everyone's still asleep. These past 2 days have been exhausting. Valeri's keeping watch though, so he's probably the only one awake. Valeri?
No. No, like, no. He can't be gone. That would just be impossible. Can you please move? He looks as calm and composed as ever. Even now, it seems as if there is no burden he couldn't shoulder. Yet around him, Time seems to stand still, as if the gods, in their mercy, finally granted him a moment of respite.
Wake up! Everyone needs to wake up!
What? Hmm. The seas during the night? But... But Genshin doesn't kill their playable characters.
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death.
So we didn't solve the problem after all.
I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valeri? Now you can rest in peace. But for me, life will be all the duller for not having to run away from you, my friend.
How's Tonya? Is she okay?
Where is Tonya?
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from the past couple of days, and she's still recovering from her illness. We should let her sleep a bit longer.
That means Valeri was the only one who died last night.
If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else up. That much is certain.
This is so frustrating. Why has nothing changed since yesterday? I thought we already dealt with the dead person causing all this.
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only 1 victim this time, not 2. Does that mean...
There were 2? If Mitya is really dead, and he's supposed to return to the ley lines and he isn't? And now he's the only one in these conditions. Then the ley lines need just 1 soul to satisfy themselves. There was only 1 victim last night instead of 2. Perhaps that was because Valeri died twice in a single night, what? Mr. Schramm was one of the people who should have died last night. Valeri sacrificed himself to save someone else. The number of victims each night correspond to the number of the deceased around us.
After the deceased Schramm left, there was 1 less victim last night. That more or less tracks. It's a reasonable conclusion, considering the only variable that changed. Oh, the number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your theory, right?
Exactly. We identified Mr. Schramm, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2 to 1. By that logic, there must be 1 more dead person left among us.
Another one? But there was only 1 person unaccounted for in the ticket checks, right? The head count should match up now.
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being 1 person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the show, or made it out before the storm hit.
1 more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time, we had no reason to think there was more than 1 dead person. If only we'd taken it more seriously as a possibility, maybe this could have been avoided.
Oh my hi to Alex, I hope you're having a lovely day. But how can Mitya be dead?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but I held back. I should have brought it up right away.
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concerns.
I can't believe that Valeri is gone.
What is this about? What have you 2 been getting up to behind my back?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us. Well, we're all ears.
Odette tells the group about finding Mitya dead.
I'm the dead person?
I can't believe any of this.
Wow, that's certainly news to me.
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but We thought it just wasn't possible, so we left it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable.
Shram was also a tiny bit not able to believe what was going on, but then he accepted it.
Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned, but I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Shram.
But didn't Shram also kind of suppress his memories of his death? So he wouldn't have to remember it and feel the pain?
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could be the other dead person among us.
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who? Do we vote on it?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before all this?
No.
No, never. Wait, are you saying...
Is that not Tonya?
Now, just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You can't just randomly point a finger at anyone you want. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicions onto somebody else?
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it. If you don't want to engage in a civil discussion, you can shut up.
Okay. What's going on? First of all, if Tonya is the dead person, that still wouldn't explain why Odette thinks that she saw Mitya dead.
You little brat!
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age and nothing else. Could that mean...
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. How could Tonya be dead? I can vouch for her if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that Harbinger, isn't she? The one called Child.
Didn't we tell him this? I'm pretty sure we told him this.
Oh, really? You're telling the truth?
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specifically. Does Chuganov actually know her?
Wait, we didn't?
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. In which case, it seems unlikely that there's another dead person among us at all. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time, when you found me dead?
No problem.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying. But I do remember something else.
Can't believe that we're literally standing right around Valeri, who is supposedly dead.
Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress of your experiments. You thought they were just under too much stress or something.
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like amnesia.
Wait. They're researching this new energy source that has to do something with the stellar linchpins, and the researchers have temporary amnesia. What if, considering that visions and stellar linchpins are connected to the souls, by trying to extract power from them, they are severing their own souls and being thrown into the ley lines as if they were dead. But then the ley lines do not want them because they're not supposed to be dead or something and return them. But they don't remember all of this because they're not supposed to.
Some of my memories from that afternoon are missing.
Are you suggesting you're missing the memory
Of course, how am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death.
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your sleep? Situations like that?
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues that have been troubling me for quite some time.
Enlighten us, Mitya.
All right. It's decided then. I'll be the one to leave today.
Hello to royalty. I hope you're having a lovely day. What do you mean 3 hours? Sylvie said it will be around half an hour. What is left?
Oh, leave? Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you rushing into this? What if you're wrong? You'll pay with your life.
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life? This seems like a rash decision.
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, thinking back, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind. But then, my train of thought suddenly cut off.
Interesting. I will definitely have to stop very soon. I'm really late. I was not supposed to stay so late.
I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that each instance of temporary amnesia is a death, right?
That is what I thought.
There's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no? How can one person die so many times?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increases the likelihood of me being the deceased, does it not?
But...
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. So allow me, as a scientist, to treat this as an experiment. Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If I really am the deceased, then to leave the theater will be a relief for me.
But Valeri's right behind you.
If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway. Who's to say I won't return from the dead again this time?
Don't do it.
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's deliberately downplaying the gravity of the situation, though. He probably doesn't want to burden everyone.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything about it. It's a terrible feeling. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you wait.
The ghost? As night falls, the theater is filled with a heavy silence. More than half of the group is gone. Oh my... Am I really close to the end of the quest? I know I really have to stop. It's already very late for me. Even after, I stayed longer than usual. I'm really sorry. It's just impossible for me to continue right now. But, oh my... I am absolutely loving these quests. I never thought they would do another murder mystery. After Fontaine and what we did there. And the way they are doing it is just amazing. Okay. I don't know how much is left. I trust Sylvie that it's not that much. But I will continue it tomorrow. I want to be able to enjoy it thoroughly and not have to worry about time. So, take a break. The climax will be worth it. I will finish it tomorrow. I don't know if it's long or short. Whichever it is, I want to enjoy it fully. Otherwise, it would just be such a waste. So, Thank you everyone so much for watching and chatting with me most of all and everything. And I'll continue this tomorrow. Bye bye for now.